Welcome back to Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm Dee.
And this week, forget the island of misfit toys. We have the island of non-subtitled Vikings.
The Island at the Top of the World from 1974.
Here at last is the epic adventure that only Walt Disney Productions could bring to the screen. The Island at the Top of the World. Here is the powerful story of the man who at the turn of the century went out in search of his lost son and found his party carried to the top of the world to discover for the first time a fantastic lost civilization of Vikings.
What a film. What a triumphant film.
I don't really know how to respond to this film because right when I thought I understood what this movie was going to be, it would just take a hard left turn. Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was fairly predictable. It seemed like just a fun fantasy story.
Oh, so you knew that they were going to have giant animatronic orcas that were just going to be...
Well, no. I mean, come on. The orca thing was ridiculous.
So fucking funny.
Hello, everybody!
It was like toy orcas or something? I'm not sure exactly what they were.
I don't know what it was, but
it was funny.
I was laughing a lot, and it's horrible. Don't kill orcas, it's horrible, but it just...
Who have never attacked people.
Right. And this is back in the days when they didn't know that. They just thought that orcas...
Killer whale.
Yeah, they just assumed that. This movie's kind of like Night Crossing and Nikki Made a Baby.
It's kind of kick-ass, but it's kind of terrible.
It's really terrible.
It's not a good movie, but I think it's really fun. Because this movie is shot out of a fucking cannon. From the moment this shit starts, that dude, Tony, that's what I'm going to call him throughout the movie, Anthony, Sir Anthony, whatever, I just call him Tony.
The rich guy, right?
Yeah. He is shot out of a fucking cannon, and he does not stop the entire time, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm a douche. I just need to find my son.
I don't think he's a douche at all.
Oh, David.
I think he's just a powerful man.
He didn't give the professor guy really a choice to come with him.
He may have kidnapped a few people.
He didn't give...
the French guy a choice of what to do.
What to do. He didn't give Omiak a choice.
He straight kidnapped Omiak.
He's just whatever, I do what I want. Fuck everyone else.
I go to the top.
He's just cuckoo. Let me read the real synopsis here really quick, though. Island at the Top of the World from 1974. Survival, fantasy, action, adventure. An American archaeologist joins a rich English businessman, an eccentric French inventor, and an Eskimo trapper on an awe-inspiring search for a long-lost son. What they discover is a world forgotten by time in the grand fantasy adventure tradition of Jules Verne and H.G. Wells, and alive with romance and comedy.
Was there romance? Other than just a hot blonde?
I mean... Yeah, and his son. And the dad that's like, oh man, if only I'd gotten here first.
Or the professor who stayed so he could have his choice of hot blondes.
I literally saw not a single other female.
I'm sure they were there, though.
This was like a Smurfette situation. There was literally not a single other female Viking there.
No, there's no reason he stayed other than that he knew he was going to get his own Freya. He's just like, maybe I'll get two. I'll be staying here. It's a archaeologist dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so spoiler alert, he stays on the island.
Are you really sure you want to be left behind?
Yes, I'm sure. This is a chance no archaeologist could turn down. Not only to study the past, but to relive it. I mean, here it all is. Hidden behind this mist for 1,000 years, and I haven't even scratched the surface.
So, the director, Robert Stevenson, we've already seen him in multiple films, seen his multiple films.
It was definitely a Robert Stevenson movie, but with just not any real actors to be in the movie.
For those that don't know, he directed That Darn Cat, Monkey's Uncle, Love Bug, and we're going to see him 14 more times.
Yeah. He's all over the place. He's from the 60s through the 70s. I think this was his last movie. Yeah. I know there was one more after this, but I don't know if it came out in theaters or not.
And then the writer, John Whedon, mostly did TV.
Yeah, well, he's just the screenplay writer. It's based off a book by Donald Payne or Ian Cameron, whoever the hell that guy is.
Of course it's based off a book. Why would it not be?
Yeah, it has to be.
I wonder if the orcas were in the book or not.
They were not, because the book took place in 1960 instead of 1907, and it had a helicopter instead of a dirigible.
Okay. Interesting. So was this then a time that they add that because that was supposed to be like the new thing in transportation? Is that why they changed it to that?
Changed it from a helicopter? No, they changed it just to a story from before instead of a current story.
No, I know, but like in the 70s, were those a thing? Was that like
A Zeppelin?
Yeah, was that...
Not really.
No, okay. I don't know much about air transportation. I don't know when Zeppelins were cool. I don't know what was in.
Early on, because they blow up.
He's just so gross. I hate it.
Luke, you're so gross. He's not gonna lick you. You don't.
He's
have any
licking
bare
my
skin.
pants, and I don't want my pants to get wet.
On accident. Yeah, okay. You're in this follow through.
Yeah, I know, and I can't escape. I'm just like, stop licking my pants. Okay, so yeah, everybody who was in this movie, this is
their biggest movie,
other than
Mako.
Yeah, who was a very prolific Japanese actor.
He was in Conan the Barbarian.
He was in everything.
He was Uncle Iroh.
What are you doing?
I'm mugging you!
With that stance?
What? What are you talking about? Just give me your money, old man!
With a poor stance, you are unbalanced and you can be easily knocked over.
So he did the voice for all of Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, in Avatar.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because he did do a lot of video game... He does a lot of voiceover acting in general,
Yeah, but he's Uncle Iroh. That is by far the biggest credit any of these fucking people have. Oh, and he was one of the captains in Pearl Harbor, too, which I do recognize this guy.
And not Pearl Harbor, the sequel, too, but Pearl Harbor I said Pearl Harbor, too.
Yeah. Whatever. But David Hart, man...
Oh, I didn't realize that at the time. Yeah, this was his most well-known, and I thought he did more stuff.
Yeah, I recognize him. And the only thing that, at the same time, he started in his own show called Lucas Tanner, and then he didn't act after this.
Yeah, he was done.
It was over.
He just was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
I've seen enough.
And then Donald Senden, he did a whole bunch of British TV. He's the Tony guy.
Yeah.
And he was in Balto.
Which is not a Disney movie. It's a DreamWorks movie, I think.
But still, nothing. And he was a good actor. Not a good actor.
Well, but he did all that British TV and British stuff. So, I mean, he's nothing to us, but he did a ton of stuff in the 70s and 60s in Britain. So if we were, Yeah,
but if this is at the top of your IMDb credits, that's rough.
I mean, once you've done Disney, you've made it. That's why they say that. They're like, oh my god, I did Disney.
Jacques Morin.
Again, French actor. But this was...
Well, he was in a movie called Charade that had, what's her name? The skinny chick.
Twiggy?
No. Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, okay.
And he was big in that. And he was a small character in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah,
too,
he's
weird.
a French reporter. Did you get any fun facts for this movie?
Yeah. They actually had planned a Hyperion attraction for Disneyland.
Well, there's a theater at Disneyland at California Adventure is called the Hyperion Theater.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah,
okay,
that's the stage show theater that they have there. Oh. But yeah, and then they were like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe this is a weird movie.
All of the Viking actors are not speaking ancient Norse. They're just speaking modern Scandinavian.
Yeah, which makes a lot more sense.
Which would have been helpful if I could speak Scandinavian because I had no idea what the fuck they were saying the entire movie.
Or if they could have put some subtitles on while they're talking.
No, because literally, it would be not even just... The scenes where the guy was translating, that was fine. But there was literally scenes where there were no English-speaking people, just them talking to each other. And you're like, okay, what's going on?
I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark.
It was not good.
I gave away the book thing with the helicopter. This was released as a double bill with Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 as a short released with it.
I wonder if they just thought it wasn't... I don't know, because they were originally going to have a sequel to this.
Well, they originally thought that this was going to be a huge movie.
There are no closing credits in this movie.
Yeah, which is
cool. It just says the end.
And it's over.
And it's like, okay, bye. And then the last one I had was that part of this movie was filmed in Redmond, Oregon.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which I thought was fun.
That's so fun.
So fun.
So it's going to be weird to talk through this movie.
Why do you say that?
Well, it happens at lightning speed.
Oh, well,
and
yeah.
So little happens. I think we're going to just have to kind of fly over it in an airship.
Okay, we'll fly over it in an airship and maybe we won't get shot with...
A flaming bow and arrow.
A flaming bow and arrow. London, 1907.
Yeah, after a very cheap intro of them zooming in on drawings, I was like, wait, is this animated?
There was a lot of green screen use in this movie.
They did white screen, which made it worse.
Correct, sir.
I don't think they knew to use the green color.
What is white screen?
It's the same thing, but with white.
Oh my god.
Because later on, you'll see what I'm talking about.
All I know is all of the special effects in this movie were incredible.
They were just
incredible. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So a rich dude, he just, quote, hires this professor because his son apparently disappeared in the Arctic and he doesn't know where he is, but he's been gone for 2 years. So you would think that he's just dead, but...
He's in the island graveyard of whales.
Yeah, where apparently all whales in the entire world go to die.
Yep, so they just leave immediately. Well, really, basically this movie starts in motion.
Yeah, they're literally on the ship and they're trying to navigate using some whale bone map that you match up to the edge of the map.
Yep.
And he's like, look how it matches, but it doesn't match. It looks like shit.
It was close. I understood what he was actually trying to say with that. You know, it's not quite to scale, but this is it. And so, yeah, then they go to France. They jump on this crazy airship.
With a French poodle.
With a French poodle, which was very cute.
But it was like not there enough. It didn't really do anything.
It did all it needed to do. It just was the poodle.
It could have done more.
It climbed a ladder.
I mean, that's what I mean. Is at the beginning I thought like, oh man, maybe this poodle will do more. And then it just didn't do anything.
They can't take it out into the wild. Those Nordic people would have eaten it.
Oh, and when they first start going, what's his face? Tony is all, oh, I want to go full speed. And the French captain's like,
no, we got to break in the motors, dude.
Like, don't do that. And he just like, I want to go full speed. And
everybody like falls over and...
Propeller breaks.
Yeah, right away.
Because the propellers that you get that start with somebody moving them, totally safe.
That is actually how it used to be.
You used to start
cars like that.
Oh my god.
You'd have the little thing, the little crank.
And so their solution is, no, we're not going to go back and fix it. We're just going to do it midair. No big deal.
Yeah, with some ropes and some swinging and no big deal. Yeah, total NBD project.
And the broken propeller just falls in the ocean.
Yeah, there was no pollution back then.
Probably kills some This is what happened. So it knocked a killer whale out, and that killer whale, it was like, that's my dad!
Their pod followed them the whole way.
Their pod followed them the whole way.
That actually checks out.
And they're like, you killed my dad, I'm gonna bite your face off. And then the sequel, there would have been some lady killer whale who's like, you never knew your father, you're just a baby.
The sequel
would be like Jaws.
The sequel is when Isaacson's son comes out and he's like, my dad has cancer. We have to get him out of there and get him back into the real world. He told me to tell you that he has something called cancer.
Oh, wait. So you're saying that Freya's dad has cancer?
No. The archaeologist guy has cancer, and his kid is coming out to tell them so that they can rescue him, so he can get cured. Okay.
And then on the way, the other baby killer whale comes and is like, "You shot my dad and you killed my grandpa." Yeah. I'm gonna fuck you up, and then they all die.
That's right. We're skipping over volcanoes.
Oh wait.
No, okay. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. So yeah, the crazy repair midair of their stupid machine, and then they land at the Eskimo village.
After sweeping shots of Arctic animals.
Yeah, lots of... Where their faces are overjoyed at seeing these polar bears and muskox and reindeer and shit. It's like, oh, everybody's dazzled by the animal.
But when they do land in the Eskimo village, everyone is freaked out. Then all of a sudden, the one white guy's like, yeah, it's fine. Go help them. And they're like, okay.
Even though he's never seen a goddamn airship before.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah. These white people are totally fine.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't really understand how they landed it because they're just grabbing the ropes of the thing and just jumping up and down.
So there must have been some way that they were able to control the gas in and out of the thing.
Yeah,
who knows? That is unimportant.
They were like ringing church bells, basically.
Oh yeah, the Eskimos thought it was fun to it was like ringing church bells on the thing. They were like, and bouncing the little
It
all around.
It was ridiculous.
It was really stupid.
And Anthony has to talk to Umiak, and the professor is all, hey, maybe I should do this.
Maybe you should take a little soft approach with this guy.
And he's like, why does everyone think I have no tact? It's like, because you don't, dude.
Yeah, because you go in like a wrecking ball and don't even stop.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Which he continues to do, because as soon as it's clear that Umiak's not going to be of much help, they invite him onto the thing and then just take the fuck off with Umiak. And sorry,
yeah, and the professor's like,
sorry,
wait.
bro. Well, if you want, you can jump off.
And they're pretty high up, so he's like, oh no, I'm scared. But then the poodle comes and he's like, oh, you're my friend.
Oh, poodle.
Yeah. You remind me of a smaller dog. Or maybe a baby seal.
And so then this is where they see all the whales are going in one direction on the ice, and they know exactly where to go. And they see the cloud mountain thing-majig.
Yeah, the orca could have blended right in there. He's like, I'm just going to die. Don't mind me.
There were orcas. There were orcas in that scene, yeah.
It all fits.
Along with the narwhal and the California gray whale and the belugas.
Unicorn of the sea.
It was like a Japanese paradise.
Something like that.
By Jove, there are whales everywhere. All kinds of whales. And all moving in the same direction.
Exactly.
So there is a place where whales go to die. Captain! That big lead of open water. Follow it!
Oh yeah, because then they
just go in right away and they crash the ship.
Yeah.
Because Brio said, no, we shouldn't go in here. And then when they were going to walk in, he's like, fine, fuck it. We'll fly in. And he crashes right away.
But then he's able to drift away because they all fall off.
It wasn't able. I don't think he had a choice because his propellers were all smashed and he just floated away.
So I wonder if it's because they all jumped off and the weight...
They didn't jump off. When it swung, those three, Umiak, Iverson, and Tony, fell out the door. They hit the door and fell out.
Then the weight of them not being on there, then it lifted
it probably
up.
did help lift it up, yeah.
Because then he floats away, and they're like,
well, and he had no more controls at that point either.
Yeah.
So it was a double whammy of, well, me and the dog are on our own.
Yep.
And apparently they flew over the city, and nobody knew that yet.
No, because later they said there was an omen in the sky.
Well, that's what I mean, but they didn't know that he had flown over the city after this, yeah.
So they find the clan of Vikings, and Omiak tries to fight them. Like
tries to kill one with a knife. He's trying to shank one.
He goes all Tonka on them, and they're just like,
no, dude, no. Like, that's not how this works. If you want your captors to trust you, you don't try and kill them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went Tonka on them. He just was really like that one guy gonna kill him, or was it he was gonna kill the other guy? I don't remember. But
wait, are you mixing up Tonka in another one of the movies?
No, I think it was Tonka.
Because no, it was both of the movies.
Wait, because the guy was just like...
Because one of the horse movies, remember the kid was going to kill the guy?
It was Tonka.
No, the horse movie, not Tonka. What was the horse movie called? With Little Bighorn and the evil blonde
general
captain guy? Yeah.
That was Tonka.
No, it's not Tonka, dude. Is it? Oh.
Yes, because
I'm mixing up Nicky.
Yeah, because you were like, that kid's fucking crazy. He was going to scalp that guy. And you're right, That's what I was thinking, because I was like, oh, he just went crazy because he thinks that's the way he's gonna get it. There's no subtitles, and...
Yes, there's a lot of BS. His son is confirmed alive. They go somewhere to find him, but he's not there. They've already taken him because some hunter gave the first alert that these guys were coming, and it was the son of the dude. But
they stop at the place where he supposedly lives, and they meet Freya and her dad, and then...
Yeah,
both of them are like, oh, my son must have been spending time with her, and the professor's like, oh, can you blame him?
Fun fact, that chick was in Playboy right after this.
Whoa! Oh, okay. That makes sense,
right? Yeah.
That makes sense. And then when they're walking back, all of a sudden, Omiak just jumps off the bridge.
That was awesome.
And then they all throw spears at him.
And shoot bows at him.
And they're just, oh, too bad.
Well, I guess he drowned. Poor Omiak. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Because Tony was pretty upset that he killed Umiak. He was like, well, that was probably not the best thing of me to do.
Yeah, he's like, it's my fault.
So now as they're walking through town, everybody has their weapons out and wants to kill them.
Yeah, they're suspicious.
As they're walking to trial.
They're very suspicious. And when they get to trial with this council judgment, it looks like everything might be fine. But then
this goatee guy...
Well, he's like basically...
Like some kind of priest, the devil.
Well, I don't know about the devil, but he's like a Norse Jafar.
Yeah, he was. But that's what I mean, like the devil, because in that scene where the green screen or the white screen, when he's standing in front of the fire, I noticed that they did white because the fire, everything on him that was white, including his hair and the whites of his eyes, the fire was bleeding through on the special effects.
Oh my god, there were so many green screens or white screens
that was a white screen, because now they know to use a green and not dress the person in any green. But back then they were using white, and it was bleeding through his eyes and his hair. It was hilarious.
Well, it was just from them walking up there to being inside, the backdrops, everything was so fake. It was so...
And the whole time, Iverson is just fascinated. He's like, oh, wow, look at this, look at that, look at these things, look at that thing.
Yeah.
This is a museum-quality piece.
Well, I'm worried about those museum-quality pieces. But then they end up out on the middle of, like, an island in the thing, and they're going to be burned alive.
Well, they take them out for a Viking funeral. That's what that is, yeah.
A Viking funeral is you put them on the boat.
Well, that's what they did. They put them on the boat.
They weren't on a boat. They were on, like, a little island thing.
No, they were on
stakes.
They were on a little boat that was on fire, and that's what Freya swam out to and cut them off.
Well, but I think this was like a Viking, not funeral, because when it's a funeral, you put them out on the boat flat.
Right, but this is a execution pyre.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's not like a respectful funeral. It's like, because the Viking funeral thing, you put them out and they're laying down, and then somebody shoots the arrow out. Freya comes and rescues them, and
with her ass out.
Oh my god, she's...
That was the raciest thing I've ever seen in a Disney movie. I can't read it.
Oh, I just said, damn, Freya, you got booty.
Yeah, I mean, because her ass was sticking out of that dress.
But she's got big old thighs, too. Yeah, she's a
Nordic queen.
A healthy lady.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they didn't just hide on the other side of that burning thing.
It's unclear how they didn't get away, because it would have been really easy. It was nighttime. They could have just put that boat straight behind it and went away.
But no, they just swam
swimming across, and everybody sees them. So then they're getting chased by 50 dudes in one of those, I don't even know what to call those Viking boats. I guess it's a longboat.
A long
ship. With everybody oaring at the same time.
And they're trying to oar, and everybody's chasing them.
With 4 people, including a girl.
But now she's ripped, though.
Yeah, she is. She's a big
She's probably buffer than all of them.
Yeah, seriously.
And then when they get on land and they're hiding, they find Umiak.
Yeah, Umiak is suddenly there after Freya leaves them.
Oh, yeah, because she's all, I'm going to go distract them. And what is his name? Goofy Dan? Robert? What's his son's name? They only said it like 20.
Billy?
No.
I don't know, Dan?
It's like, I think it's Dan. It's either Dan or Robert. But he...
Yeah, he is... Okay, so that's the worst character, is the son, for him being like, oh, my son. Have you met my son? He's my son.
Oh my god, he's my son. Yo, have you met my son?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. He's like every other millennial. Oh, he's like the original millennial douche.
Or anyone who thinks loving Sriracha or Austin, Texas counts as a personality. Millennials crave things like instant gratification, authentic experiences, and for some reason we haven't figured out yet, improv comedy. Here's one millennial who has a parakeet with 9 million followers on Snapchat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to shirk all responsibilities go...
He is the original millennial douche with his little fucking beard.
Oh, Donald.
Donald.
Donald. My son Donald. Yeah, so Donald is like, oh, don't go, blah, blah, blah. And she's, no, I got this.
Yeah, you just shut the fuck up, stupid.
Yeah, so they find Umiak and they go up to this, like, hidden...
Hunter's cave.
Hunter's cave.
Said, yeah.
And sleep there, because she's able to distract everybody with her...
and there's, like, food and clothes up there.
Donald and old Dado, I can't remember his name. Tony, thank you, have a heart-to-heart, but he's like, I'm going to come home and take over the family business. He's like, I've had my adventure, I've gotten my booty, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm bringing my booty home.
And he's like, oh, I just miss nice things. I miss the butler.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring my soft booty home. And
so when they're coming out there, the people come back and they have to run to the top of the mountain.
Well, because they have hounds and shit. And somehow they didn't find them originally with the hounds. But as they keep ascending the mountain, Tony fucking falls.
No, he gets too excited because they're going away, and he's like, yay! And then he slips and falls down the mountain and makes everything fall. And then the priest, Jafar guy, is like, I see you. Yeah. Let's go up there.
And from this point on, Tony keeps falling and being like a laggard behind. So I don't understand how all of a sudden he's weak.
This is what I don't understand. From the moment they started walking up the mountain, they're not really moving with much urgency.
Well, to be honest, if you're going to move up the mountain like that, you can't really do it with a lot of urgency.
But even throughout the entire rest of the movie, they're kind of just, we gotta walk this way with crazy barbarians at our back.
Barbarians and then going through a sulfured fucking volcanic field.
Oh my god, David. Okay, we gotta talk about the volcano.
This is literally insane.
Was laughing so hard because... So Tony falls, and there's all this lava chasing him.
Liquid hot magma.
And it is probably some of the worst special effects I've ever seen. Because the lava is like from me to you, and yet he's fine.
Yeah, he's not burning up.
Your skin would be...
You would light on fire.
Your skin would be literally melting off of your flesh, like your bones.
Yeah. You would be on fire. You would be dead. Literally. The fat on your body would be on fire.
But it's fine. He jumps and they catch him.
And his luscious sweater would be on fire. Those guys had some great sweaters.
They really did. Some nice cable knit.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah, real tight.
But she's all like, oh, I'm scared. And he's like, don't be afraid. And I'm like, don't be afraid, yeah. Like, Freya, because that's her name.
Don't be afraid, this dick.
And then they are going down, and the people are still chasing them, and they find the whale graveyard, and they have to go down this weird, like, toilet bowl thing.
Yeah, they go in this hole, into this thing, and then for some reason the Norse people decide to knock a boulder down into the toilet bowl, which stops the water momentarily so that they can make a passage through instead of getting... sucked in a whirlpool down a 100-foot tube and probably drowning.
And this is as they're climbing down these, like, sheets of ice.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Gingerly climbing down sheets of ice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just like ding, 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 ding. And that is one of the worst special effects, is when they're climbing down the sheet of ice.
It is wonderful.
That is so fucking
I love it so much.
It is funny. It is very funny.
It's great. And I'm just thinking, wow, this probably smells so bad because they're surrounded by all these whale carcasses.
Oh, yeah. When they get out into the whale and they're using big old whale bones to paddle with.
Oh my god.
On their sheet of ice.
And this is when little junior killer whale gets his revenge because he comes and all of a sudden...
Yeah, orca attack.
Because she's talking about there's sea beasts that guard this place, and the orcas come and they have this. It's like Jaws, like it's ridiculous.
And the orcas are like completely misproportioned as well. Like
I don't know.
I don't understand what the fuck they were thinking. That's not what an orca is proportioned like. Like, what are you doing?
Then when all seems lost because they're about to get ate up, one of the orcas jumps. And then is shot
in midair,
and you can definitely see it shot. It's
there's
bloody,
a blood mark,
and I'm like, what in the actual fuck is going on right now? Like it's just you're slaughtering orcas.
But it's Brio to the rescue. He shoots like 3 of them, and the other 2 run away.
Yeah, they're just, oh my god, dude, we gotta go tell the lady.
Bail.
Fuck Bill, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. So Brio rescues them, and he has a plan.
Yeah, he says, we're just going to cut all this shit loose.
And he's actually already engineered it and everything to where they just have to pull 2 cables. Everything's going to fall off.
Wait, but first we need to have our wine.
Oh, he fed them, which is good. I mean, I'm sure you would be hungry after all that.
Yeah.
And he had, like, wine, and I thought it was funny when Umiak spat his out. He's like, ah. But one of the funniest parts, low-key, was when Tony was finished with his wine, he threw his glass and you could hear it break.
And he's like, okay, let's get out of here.
Go.
I'm feeling so manly. I just watched an orca get shot. And I escaped lava. I am God.
The plan is that they float up and the prevailing wind will take them over to Greenland.
It's basically night crossing.
It is very night crossing.
This is some night crossing bullshit.
As soon as they get up in the air, the wind changes direction and blows them right up over over Goaty. Again, he lights an arrow, they all jump off onto the ground. Goaty shoots the Hyperion, and it blows up in spectacular fashion, because that's still when they had hydrogen in those things instead of helium.
Yeah. And then the fire balloon,
the firing carcass,
falls down on
falls
him.
on Goaty and kills him.
Yeah, which is amazing. He's like, no.
So all of them get recaptured, and they get tried by the reasonable people, including Freya's dad.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, the gods were angry, but it wasn't with you. It must have been with him because he's dead.
Because he was hateful and mean and rude, and he turned all the people hateful.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable. Anytime somebody raises people up like that, you should probably kill that person, but whatever. The original deal is that Tony has to stay behind, and he is fucking outraged.
Well, yeah, he wants to take his big booty Viking princess.
Queen, yeah, because he can see that he's going to have Viking kids or grandkids. He's like, hell yeah, bro.
Let's go.
Let's do this. This is perfect success.
But then the professor is like, I have a solution. I'm going to stay here forever because it's my dream.
Because I want my own big booty Viking princess.
Yes, and I want to shoot some more killer whales.
Yeah.
But no, he's all about it.
So he'd be like the most powerful ruler, because he'd go down to the bay that everybody's afraid of and like bring back a killer whale, and he'd get like 6 more virgins, and that would be like his whole life. I'm pretty sure that was his plan. I think that's it.
And he's gonna take that sweet staff that guy had.
He's gonna be the new Goaty.
He's gonna be the new Jafar, the new Viking Jafar, and he's gonna be like,
but he'll be nicer. I mean, he's just gonna take all the virgins.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's all part of his plan. He plays the sweet and innocent professor, but really he's like schooling everybody.
It makes perfect sense.
That's what he does.
Perfect sense.
Yeah.
All right. So there was no real music in this. There was a score.
There wasn't even on IMDb like a section for soundtrack. Like there wasn't even really a score, like at all.
Yeah, there was a little bit, but nothing of note. And then, I mean, the characters are what really drove this movie. Balls out Tony. He was so cool.
I mean, I think he's kind of an asshole Sir Anthony Ross.
That's fine. That's fine. I thought he was cool.
I refuse to discuss it any further. How could they possibly imagine I would leave you behind?
I thought his whole character, his whole mojo, his whole like moving forward, no matter what, I thought was really good.
I will give you that, but he just... Sometimes I was like, dude, like, shut the fuck up. You're ruining
but
everything.
That was kind of good, though. That's kind of funny. It's like, sometimes you gotta have that asshole in the group who just can't keep his fucking mouth shut.
And then you had Umiak, who, other than being a friend to all poodles, he's like the stoner of the group.
He really is.
He's just like, hey guys, it's me. Like, he's just, I don't know. I really liked his character. I thought he was really funny.
I did too. I thought Umiak was great. Actually, that's the problem, is I thought the characters other than Donald were pretty damn good. Even Freya the Hot was a good character.
Freya wants that strange D.
the dark-haired D.
Really, her plan is to go back to the real world and just be like, fuck you, I'm going to become like go marry some king or something.
Although, with how rich he is, that she might have already made it. You might not, instead of being royalty, rather than rich.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah, but she's about to find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's gonna be like on Real Housewives of London 1910. And then,
I am bigger and better than all of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like when they do those bitch fights, she like actually kills one of them on mistake by chopping him in the throat.
Well, I was gonna say she just crushes them with her thighs.
Yeah, that too.
That's what she does.
They do a little wrestle, and she's like, "Oh, I crushed your poor little brain with my thigh."
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do that? And then Professor Hartman. He's just, I mean,
he plays such a professorial role. But without him, the story doesn't work because he knows the Old Norse.
Yeah.
He knows everything about fucking everything that they run across, which is why Tony hired him.
So I can see where they thought this movie was going to be super successful because it is a lot of fun and it is funny.
Okay, if you would have put actors in this movie instead of just the cheapest people that you could have possibly paid, this could have been, and explained the story and kind of made it a little more well-rounded. Could have been really good.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have added the backstory about the orcas, I'm just saying, That could have made the movie. It would have really made it a complete story.
Or, like, maybe even explained who Tony was. Why he was so fucking rich.
Yeah.
Why he had unlimited resources. Would have been a good start.
He needs no introduction.
Obviously.
He's just Tony. The cinematography, we kind of talked about it a lot already. I've just never seen so many...
It's wackadoodle
white screens. It's not green screens, but...
It is something else. That's for sure.
But yeah, there's just so many weird things in this movie. Like you said at the beginning, the dog climbing up the ladder. Like, it's just... What is this? What is this movie?
I don't say this very often, but I think that this almost warrants a second viewing to catch more weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because secretly I love this movie.
It's you don't have to be a secret about it. It's fine.
It's secretly.
Secretly, but everybody knows.
Yeah.
So don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. And then for a quotable line, I pulled one out that I liked. And it's Tony going, "If you don't know where you're going, I suppose one way is as good as the other." That's
a very mystical...
And that's when they walked towards the dude, which was the smartest thing that they did was, oh, hey, you thought you saw somebody over there? Probably follow them.
So, my Moochie moment is from Umiak when they first meet him, and he says, and they're trying to woo him, and he says, "What fame? My dogs do not even know me."
That was pretty funny. And also shows him to be a dog guy.
Yeah, no, he's just, he's my favorite character, easily.
And so for biggest surprise and disappointment, my whole thing is the same for both. There's no time to explain. The whole movie is no time to explain, it just moves.
But, yeah, it's just, this is a strange movie. And we say that a lot, but it's just...
Oh, but this is one of their strangest.
Like, I want to know, are there movies outside of Disney that are this weird during this time?
Probably.
Was this considered normal?
I mean, honestly, there are so many old movies I want to watch. When I was looking up just a couple of these people, I was like, fuck, I want to watch that movie. Alas, we barely have time to watch these movies.
Yeah, I mean...
However, remaking this movie? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, no way. You could make this a fucking awesome movie, but it would have to be about 2 hours long, and it could be really cool if you remade it. It could be the blockbuster that they were thinking it would be. I really think you could make this into a huge movie.
Who would play the Tony? What actor today? Like Michael Caine.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, really?
I think he could do it. If he grew a beard.
I feel like if Hugh Grant tries to grow a beard, it's gonna look... He's like one of those guys that can't grow a beard.
No, Michael Caine's too old. Michael Caine's way too old.
So maybe like...
You need somebody that can move, though, who's kind of small like that. But Nick Offerman, if he had a British accent, would be really good.
I don't really want to say it because I don't really like him that much, but maybe Jude Law? Somebody like that?
Yeah.
Because he's getting up there in age
older.
A little bit.
Yeah. Or you could make it animated.
You could make it animated.
This would make an excellent animated movie.
Yeah, could you have a musical number in there?
You could have like 5.
I shot the orca.
Especially musical numbers that explain what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's true.
And people's backstories and shit. Honestly, this could be a better animated movie because Freya could be a princess instead of a hoe, and it could be
a Viking princess. Yeah, she could be.
Yeah, and Donald could. Well, it wouldn't be hard to make Donald better than Zero.
She needs to dump that Zero and get herself a hero.
That's right.
She needs to dump Donald and just run off with the professor. Run off with Umiak. That's what she needs to do.
Yeah. She'd be happier in the end.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fun movie. I really did.
I thought it was fine. It's definitely not a good movie. Like it's not oh my god, this really needed to win lots of awards. Considering they only had an $8 million budget, that's a very small budget.
And the fact that they only made 10.
I didn't find that.
I had to dig. They made 10 million. Oh, box office. That doesn't count. I'm sure they sold lots of DVDs when it came out in 2008. But, yeah, no, probably not.
Oh my god. It's just the guy who plays Donald he's like on Facebook making all of his relatives buy it. He's like, you gotta buy my DVD of my movie.
Check out my movie.
He's like, #manboss.
I know the Iverson guy is still alive, and the lady died, but I didn't check the other ones or notice.
Yeah, no, Umiak is still alive.
Oh, Umiak, yeah,
Mako.
of course is still alive.
Yeah.
Mako. Yeah, because he's Uncle Iroh. He's a fucking legend. Can't be said enough that dude's a legend. Because Iroh is the best part of the fucking Avatar. And here he is. Okay.
Yeah.
I made this silly movie in the 70s. If you had to give this movie a rating, what would it be?
So, this is an above average movie for me. I enjoyed it. It's a very strange movie. And I think I enjoyed it more as we talked through it. I think 'cause I forgot about things that happened at the beginning. But, so, I gave this movie a 60% or 6 out of 10 dead orcas.
Yes, exactly. So, we're very close. I gave it 57.
Okay.
Because I feel the same way. It's above average. It's way better than Cars 2, which we just watched. This is a fun movie. It's bad, but boy, is it fun.
It is a lot of fun. It even had some like unidentified flying oddball vibes in there a little bit.
Tons of oddball vibes.
Like
tons.
Freya and that blonde lady could have been interchangeable. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, no
like,
argument from me.
Maybe this is actually the lady from Unidentified Flying Oddball, and Donald just flew into the future. But then I realized, wait, Donald met her when he went there, so that's not a thing.
No, it cannot be. And we get number 200.
Wait, what time is it?
It's time for
Cat's
favorite part of the podcast.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we got number 295.
295. Right?
Okay.
Why are you making that face?
Because I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. Is it in the 80s?
No, it's the late 2000s.
Late 2000s. Like, what do you mean? Like 2010s?
No, the aughts.
Okay. What's the year?
2007.
Okay, so I have no idea, because I was pretty out of the Disney game right
out
here.
of the loop. So I have no idea what this is. It's from 2007. Bridge to Terabithia.
Okay.
Which sounds almost animated. It's the movie directly after the Santa Claus 3.
So you don't know anything about this?
I have no idea what it is.
It's a very famous book.
Oh. So that name sounds familiar.
I've read the book multiple times. I've seen the movie.
Oh.
Okay. I can't talk about it.
Okay.
What do you think it's about, David?
Well, obviously, it's a bridge to some goddamn fantasy land. Probably somewhat similar to what we just watched. But more fantasy and less gumption. Yeah?
I can't comment on anything about it without giving anything away.
Okay, well, you don't have to comment. It's fine. Let's just end the podcast then.
You'll understand later.
I'm sure.
It's just it's been a while since I've watched it, and I'm not going to say, oh, I don't remember what happens. I remember exactly what happens. Everybody who hears Terabithia is like, I know exactly what happens, so...
Well, it sounds like it's horrible because it normally does not hold back.
No, it's not that it's horrible.
No, what happens and whatever it is must be horrible.
I don't want to give it anything
because
away. Cat
does not have a good way of hiding her emotions from me. If you'd like to interact with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Disney Odd Pod.
Like, subscribe, share, leave us a review, tell your friends about us.
If you want to send us an email about any little thing we might have missed or whatever you want to talk about, DisneyOddPod@gmail.com.
Please do it. We're lonely.
And so this has been Disney Odd Pod.
I'm Kat.
I'm D.
Bye! Kitty cat, why'd you do that?
The winner takes it all. I can't remember what the next line was, so I'm not going to sing it.
The loser standing tall.
Oh, yeah.
Is not a victory. I mean, we can watch Mamma Mia if you want. Help you figure it out.
No, it's alright. I'm good. Duke, are you coming in? Come on, bud. Come on in. Ugh. We're just going to have to take your collar. Take your collar at the door, sir.
All dog collars must be confiscated upon entry to the studio, please. It's distracting to the performers.
Well, really, it's just loud in the microphone. Oh, Luke, he's such a good boy.
We're both burnt drinking white wine.
I'm drunk. On white wine. Oh, the cat is gonna bite.
Hey!
That was kind of funny.
There's...
Luna's not usually the aggressor.
Oh my god, so really quick before I forget. So you know what Luna's new favorite thing to do is? When I was taking the dogs out this morning, she hides under that table by the door, and as they're walking out, she reaches her paws. Because she's a jerk.
Yeah, of course she is. She's like, you guys can go outside, fuck you.
Yeah. Alright.